Okay. So I am sitting down with ChessDojo All-Star Alexa, or Alexa Morningstar, or as I've just learned, his name is Alejandro. So welcome.
Hi, David. Hi, Chat. How are you guys doing?
The first thing I want to express to you is my gratitude, Kostya's gratitude, the gratitude of people all across the dojo for your participation in the Chess Dojo. And the point of this All-Star Weekend is really to express our gratitude, and hopefully you do feel very much appreciated here.
Thanks. But in reality, I'm the one that is grateful for all the community and all your lessons, either live lessons or chess lessons.
Okay.
It has been really helpful.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, so let's see. Okay, so super happy to have you here. It's funny after over a year of talking about chess and other random topics that come up to finally, see someone, meet someone like this. We've even done like a chess lesson, but I never knew your name. But
yeah, you didn't even see me through the camera, right?
Yeah, we did just like a voice Zoom previously. So yeah, it's funny, but it's exciting, and I think other people in the dojo will be pretty excited to see this too. I remember the very first time we had somebody from the dojo join the senseis on a stream. I think it was Charlie Silva probably was the first.
Oh, I thought it was Scott
who came on.
I guess Charlie was first.
I think so.
But it was the drum lesson or something?
Yeah. But to see somebody, meet somebody is it's almost like crazy, especially in this, confinement period where we sometimes don't see anybody for so long. This is what we have. But all right, let me ask you some questions, see if we can get to know you a little bit beyond the chess, which we've seen. So what country do you live in?
I live in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you grew up there?
If there is any viewers in Mexico, yeah. I've been all my life in Mexico. I've never been abroad or anything.
Yeah. So we don't know many dojo viewers who have told us that they're from Mexico, but if you guys are out there, say hi to us sometime. Let us know that Mexico is part of the dojo too. So you've grown up there. Have you ever played over the board chess tournaments?
So when I joined the dojo, I still hadn't played over the board federated tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
I had played some college tournaments.
Okay.
Maybe team sometimes with the team of the school.
Right.
But never FIDE or Mexican rated tournaments.
Right. So you were technically unrated for FIDE or Mexico or anyone.
Like a month or two, I was unrated.
Yeah.
Then I decided to start playing because my goal is to get a national master title or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
At least a master title.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of set my goal to be in 1 year or year and a half, I want to be at least national master strength. I don't know if I already have it.
I'm pretty sure you do, yeah. This weekend we'll find out if you're international master strength. I'm very confident you're national master strength.
Thanks.
It would have been funny coming out of this COVID period if there were some kind of, world championship of unrated players to see who's who are the absolute strongest players in the entire world without ratings. Because really, your strength pushes the boundaries of how good I could imagine anyone being without having that experience of playing over the board, long games against other strong opponents.
Yeah.
So what was your
yeah.
first tournament experience now that you've started playing?
So I signed up for 2 tournaments. Like the first one was in August and the second one was in September.
Mm-hmm.
And these were like the first 2 tournaments in Mexico in 2020.
Okay.
And there is just gonna be like another one
Okay.
like the whole year. So yeah, Mexico doesn't have a lot of tournaments.
So you have to
But
wait.
yeah,
You have to wait like a year to play 1 or 2 tournaments.
Yeah, more or less.
Pretty much. Okay. How did
It's
the tournament?
about-
How did the tournament go in August? What was your
Oh yeah.
result or
So-
feeling or?
So it was a bit of a experience, let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
The first game, I mean, so I'm kind of embarrassed of admitting this, but I joined like the third category,
Uh-huh.
which is the under 1700 category.
Okay. Scary.
So obviously I wanted to win it.
Yeah.
And then the first game, I show up at the board. I see a 1450 rated player, and I was like, okay, I want to win the game, obviously. And then I overpush, and I lose the game.
Yeah.
So I lose my first game over the board.
Uh-huh. Your one game performance rating was 1,000 instead of,
Exactly.
2,200.
So yeah, I lost that game. Honestly, I think my biggest mistake was that I thought for 40 minutes in one move.
Mm-hmm.
Because the position, it really wasn't necessary to think for that long. And then I had a good position, but I had 5 minutes on the clock. My opponent offers a draw. I decline, and I proceed to blunder.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first game. And then the second game, I lose by default.
Okay.
Because I messed up the times of the rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I just got confused.
All the pitfalls when you first start playing over the board. You can know everything you want about, the Grunfeld defense or something, and then you don't know when to show up.
Yeah, it was terrible. So that's 2 games, 2 losses, no?
Yeah.
All right, I play the third game, I win that one. And then the 4th game, guess what?
You declined to draw and blundered.
No, that would have been more or less fine.
You showed up late again.
Not that bad.
Okay.
I lost also by default.
Okay.
This time, my phone rang.
Your phone rang. Okay.
So yeah, all the ways you can lose by default, I lost by default.
This is incredible. What a story.
But okay, so it was my fault, but also there was some confusion in the way they sort of applied the rules, let's put it that way. So the issue was that they put a table at the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Entry, I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
Where you can put your bags and everything. So I put my phone in the bag, but I didn't turn it off. I didn't think it was necessary, but it was.
So you didn't even have your phone with you. You'd put it in the phone area.
Yes.
So it rang and the tournament directors were like, whose phone is this? They track you down and forfeit you.
Exactly like that.
Oh my goodness. See, I wouldn't have known that either.
Oh,
I mean, that's, an area to store the phones. That would have been a new thing for me too. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing these stories with us. I'm sure,
But okay, there is a bright side.
Yeah.
And there is also another bad side.
And another bad side.
So basically, it's round 4 and I am in 1 out of 4. So terrible tournament, obviously.
Yeah.
But I ended up winning my last 4 games.
Okay.
And the bad part is that the tournament was supposed to be 8 rounds, and I didn't get to play like the 9th round
Yeah.
because of COVID regulations.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have ended with 5 wins, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
And okay, I ended up in like 15th place with 5 points.
Okay.
So it wasn't so bad.
Yeah. How long was the tournament? Like how many days?
I think like 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
About
Pretty long.
2 rounds per day.
2 rounds per day.
Sometimes one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's quite a first experience of tournament play, but it didn't scare you off. You went back in September.
I mean, of course, I was very depressed with the whole thing. Honestly, I don't know if I should say this, but okay. I even told my family only about one of the default losses.
Yeah.
Because I was too embarrassed about the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. But okay, it's an experience, and I decide that, I want to fight the next tournament, right? And yeah, the next tournament wasn't too bad.
Okay.
I mean,
how many
considering-
defaults?
None.
None.
Success.
So you improved really fast.
So my second tournament was like a month after the first one. It was in the capital city of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also very interesting, I think. It was an interesting experience from the point of view of like how strong players are even without rating, like me.
Right.
Yeah, so
So
again, I played in the third section.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, as long as my rating allows me to,
right.
I'm gonna play it, and as long as I don't win it,
Yeah.
I wanna play it. So, the first couple of games. Okay, there is one interesting thing in round one. There is about 200 players in the section, just in the section. And first round, there is like 5 players from my city, which is a very small city, actually. It's the third smallest city in the country. There is like 5 players from my city that I know or that I have talked to. And the first one, I played with one of the players from my city.
Yeah.
Like, okay. What the heck?
I once traveled to another country to play a tournament with one friend. So we go, we're in Europe and there's like, 500 people in the tournament and they paired us with each other.
Yeah, I don't know why that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was round one. It was actually a relatively tough game, but I managed to win it.
Okay.
And then, I win like a couple of rounds more. Also not super difficult, but in round 4 or round 3, I don't recall exactly, I'm paired again with another player from my city.
So there's a couple tough players from your city. That's some good news, right? You could play with these people, and they're good enough that it's interesting.
Yeah, so actually, there is like a club that recently established here with an international master as a coach.
Ooh.
And these 2 people that played against me are like their students.
Right.
So they have a very decent level.
Yeah.
They are also like 1,300, 1,400.
Yeah.
But they play probably like at least 1,700. So I'm doing very well in the tournament. And I managed to win my first 6 games.
Okay. That's a lot of games in a row.
Yes. And taking into account that I win my last 4 games from the previous tournament,
Right.
now I have 10 games in a row.
10 games.
So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
But I must say that around round 5, the opponents were getting really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For example, I was finding some of their leeches accounts.
Yeah.
And like round 5 was a 2100 opponent. Round 6 was a 2200 opponent. And round 4 was 2100. Round 5 was 2200. And round 6 was 2350.
Yeah.
So, and I'm 2400, so barely above their
Right.
level. So yeah, the round 6 game was probably the decisive game of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The most important, I should say.
Yeah.
I became friends with my opponent.
Great.
Because we both recognized that we were the favorites. Well, at least after the tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, by round 7, by the way, I should say that the tournament is 7 rounds long. It's shorter than the other one. So round 7 is last round, and with a draw, I secured the championship.
Okay.
Or in the case is the cup, the Independence Cup. It was called.
Nice. So in one tournament, you went from like forfeit to like win.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went from noob to Fisher in 1 month.
Not quite 20 games in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah. And actually, my last game, I mean, I had a better position, but I already made my man before the game that I was going to offer a draw.
Yeah.
Just to secure it without that, and also to not, like expend energy without purpose. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Now you've got that GM feeling, right? Last round draws. Why waste any energy if you're already winning the tournament?
So yeah, I don't know what you think about that. Should I have played for the win?
I mean, it depends what your goals are, right? I mean, the right thing to do always depends on people's situation, right? Like, I never agreed to a draw for like prizes or norms or anything like that. But, you know, I knew of people who agreed to draws because they needed prize money and they were professionals and that was their livelihood or whatever, right? And they were in a different situation than me. I didn't need, like, I never passed up like a prize that I needed in order to eat or something like that, right? So like I can't say what somebody else should do in a different situation than me if they needed the prize or something like that. You know, there used to be these players who would travel around the US playing weekend tournaments for like $200 for like a tournament, and they were professionals and they just had to win a prize every weekend or it was a problem for them. So, I mean, for myself, yeah, I never had to do it because my goal was always just to improve. So I would just like play.
Yeah, I want some money from it. That was the main reason.
Yeah.
That I agreed to a draw.
Yeah.
I really needed that money, so yeah.
Yeah. If you wanted or needed that money and that was the reason for making the draw, then, you know, that's how it goes. And there's all kinds of different experiences. Like I was trying to practice like how to play in a last round when you're under pressure, right? But I mean, I wouldn't know how to make a draw if I needed to for some reason, right? If I were in some tournament and whatever situation, for some reason I need to make a last round draw, I don't know, like, how do you do it? Like, does it matter what opening you play? When do you offer a draw? Like, I have no idea, you know, do you have to give your opponent a special look? Like you know, so I wouldn't know how to do it. I haven't practiced it.
In my case, I offered a draw in move 15.
Yeah.
He declined, obviously, because it's too early in the game.
Yeah.
But now he knows my intentions, and when he went into a bad endgame where he was like down a pawn, he offered the draw and I accepted.
Okay.
So basically, I mean, I just played my normal game.
Yeah.
But I let my opponent know my intentions.
Right. But you were already all the way to like a pawn up endgame when you agreed to the draw. So you'd already used some of your energy or no?
It was an endgame, but not just pawns.
Not just, yeah.
It's still very complicated.
Okay. Cool. Well, sounds like you're learning very fast. Next tournament, are you expecting to be moved up to the second category?
Yeah, even if I'm not moved up, I'm planning on playing that category.
Okay.
Until I win it, and then I'm going to the open.
Right. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Exciting.
But actually, there was another tournament.
Okay.
Because even after I played the two tournaments,
yeah,
I was told that I didn't have yet a FIDE rating. Because most of my opponents weren't actually FIDE rated.
Right.
And I was like, what? This is why I play the tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that not a lot of people in Mexico were actually rated.
Yeah.
Just they have ratings, which is why I was deceived. They have ratings, but they are national ratings.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how it is in the US right now, but back when I played, most people in the US like under 2000 or 2200 didn't have FIDE ratings. So if you've got a large pool of players and most of them don't have ratings, it takes a long time to then get ratings assigned because they can only get it by playing the few people who already have ratings, etc. So it could be a process. So this coming weekend, you're going to play a very different tournament, and I'm guessing from your history, you have not played classical games against players of this level before.
No, not even one. I actually didn't think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so new experience, but you're learning quickly. What are your expectations or hopes for this weekend?
I think so. Result wise, I was thinking that what I wanted to do is score at least a draw, but if I don't, it's fine. In general, I think I just wanna learn about my weaknesses, which is what I think is gonna excel in the games, maybe.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing.
So use these players to find your own weaknesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know.
Do you think that there's anyone on the Dojo All-Stars team who could score more than 2 points against the invited players?
More than 2 points?
Yeah.
They will need some luck. I mean, honestly, I don't think.
Chess includes some luck, but you don't really think so. Okay.
No.
And what have you done to prepare for this tournament? Anything different or special? Did you look at any of the opponents' games?
So yeah, I prepared against them openings, but I kind of not been focusing on openings too much lately. I mainly want to be in good form, so I was solving a lot of tactics.
Okay.
And playing a bit to kind of don't lose the good shape.
Right.
And all that. So yeah, I didn't do a lot of different stuff, except for looking at their games and renewing sort of. Okay, so let's say I'm playing Josiah first round.
Right.
So I check their games using ChessBase and the chess.com account. And I more or less came to the conclusion that he will likely play the Queen's Indian defense or the Slav defense, with a small chance that he plays the King's Indian. So I decided to sort of refresh my memory about those openings, maybe choose a new line. That's what I've been playing. And yeah, like that for every opponent.
Cool. Sounds good.
By the way, I mean, basically I'm using Sam's courses.
Sam Shanklin's courses.
Yeah.
His Chessable opening repertoires.
So yeah, I recommend them to everyone.
Yeah.
They are very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they are a bit for more or less advanced players, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That you're right about the target audience, I think, and the quality. So in looking at some of those players' games, like, were you able to notice any weaknesses or particular strengths when you were looking at them, or were you just looking for what their opening choices are?
Yeah, I didn't really have the time to make like a profile.
Right.
On them.
Yeah. Which is a totally new thing to do anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I know the term just because of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also kind of hard to discover weakness on stronger players.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, the stronger they are compared to you, the harder it is to see that. Okay, and were you doing any work today, or were you taking it easy the day before the tournament?
No, I was doing definitely some work.
Still working. Okay.
I mean, ideally, I would like to take the day off. But since there were some holes in my openings that I wanted to fill, just did some work in that and did some tactics.
Cool. Now, let's talk outside of chess for a minute. What are one or two activities that you really enjoy, or things you're interested or that you would like to do other than chess?
So do you mean that interest that you already have? Or?
Yeah, like I like to play table tennis. Although I haven't played in 10 years.
I like a lot of things, but I'm never like committed to another interesting other than chess. For example, I like reading. I like classical music. I would like to learn a new language, like French.
Okay.
Or maybe German. I'm also really into science. So sometimes I watch like courses that the MIT uploads to YouTube, or Stanford also does that. They are very good, and I like to watch those.
Cool. Could you tell me the name of like one course that was interesting or really cool to you, so I can get an idea of one example of something that...
So one that I really remember, well, I remember, but sometimes I get confused about the name. It's like Human Behavioral Biology.
Okay.
Is that?
Cool.
From Robert Sapolsky, the teacher.
Human behavioral psychology.
Biology.
Very interesting.
Biology.
Human behavioral biology.
Yes. It's very interesting, actually.
Yeah.
The teacher says that everyone should watch his class.
Everyone should watch what?
It's interesting for anyone. Should watch the class or the videos.
Right.
Because
And
it's
they're something that you can understand without having prior knowledge of the field.
Yeah, I mean, there is some technical stuff about like DNA and stuff, but in general, it's very accessible.
Okay. Super cool. And what do you do for work?
Okay, that's kind of in a sensitive topic.
Okay, I won't ask then.
No, it's fine. But what I meant to say is that right now I'm like focusing on chess
Okay.
this
So-
year at least,
So that means this year you're kind of a chess professional right now.
more or less, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But also I work at the library.
Okay. I've seen you helping a lot of people with their chess, but do you ever teach lessons like for money as like a professional thing, or you're just helping people freely all the time like I see?
Freely, I don't know.
just freely.
I don't know exactly what you are referring to. I guess you mean like giving advices.
Yeah, I see you giving people advice all the time, very, very generously. I mean, and you're not the only one. A lot of people in the Chess Dojo are just passing on information to the people, below them in rating all the time. It's very nice to see. But you haven't tried teaching lessons for money.
I mean, I would like to, but so far no.
Okay, cool.
So,
Well,
but
if you
okay,
want
so-
to, you definitely can.
I would like to actually. So if anyone in the dojo wants to be taught by me, just
Okay.
send me a DM.
All right.
Make
Send him a
money from the
DM.
interview.
Send him a DM. You can get yourself. You can be Alexa's first student. That's special to be his first official student. Yeah.
Don't miss out.
Don't miss out. This opportunity is only for one person. Yeah. Great.
Also,
Well, Alexa, it's wonderful talking to you, wonderful playing with you. I wish you the best of luck this weekend. We'll be obviously watching the games very closely. And I'm excited to hear about, all your future tournaments as well. So let's,
yeah.
let's keep the news flowing. The next time you play in a tournament and you win 6 games in a row, 6 games in a row, let us know about it.
I actually played one last tournament.
Yeah.
I won 9 out of 9.
9 out of 9?
Yeah. But it was kind of local.
Sure.
There's players from my city and
Yeah.
Guadalajara, which is more or less a big city.
Okay. Yeah. I know Guadalajara. Okay. Well, 9 out of 9. That's great.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited, and that people in the dojo love you and support you, and Spanish apoyar, right? Nosotros vamos a apoyarte. We'd be happy to support you both in becoming a master and becoming a chess teacher. So, if there's anything we can do, let us know.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the interview and for all the work you do for the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're
All right.
great.
Good luck, Alejandro. Buena suerte. Or I don't know if it's bueno or buena.
Buena suerte.
Buena suerte mañana. And we'll check in with you as the tournament goes. And I hope that you have a great one and that you achieve your goals of learning about your weaknesses from playing with these strong opponents. Okay.
Thanks. See you.